lighting. Lighting in the workshop. In this video, I'll talk about the lighting in this workshop and the fact that I need to, think again. Now, I've been going through a bit of a transition, you could say. Anyway, that's a different story. But I have been going through a bit of a transition because originally I was making stuff in this workshop constantly. Architectural woodworking, mainly. You know, like windows, doors, shutters, etc. But today I seem to transitioned into YouTube for some crazy reason. Well, there was a political event that happened back in 2016 that seriously damaged my business here in France. So, you know, I had to think again. I started making, YouTube videos. So here I am today. But you see, the lighting that we put in originally was fluorescent lighting absolutely everywhere. And then we started changing over to LED to try and be a little bit more environmental. And today we have like LED spotlights absolutely everywhere, as well as the strip lights. The idea was we're going to light everything. Oh, crikey, it's dark over there. Shove another light in, but it wasn't strategic. And since now it's not just a workshop where I just want some light, it's actually a studio. This space here is actually my studio, to be fair. It is my YouTube studio. Because apparently, so I've been told I'm a YouTuber now. That sounds so silly. Well, you see, making videos can be an absolute nightmare when the lighting is bad. And it is bad in here. Because it's literally absolutely everywhere. These hot spots. There's one there. There's another one behind my head over there. You see, whenever there's light behind me, and there ain't light on my face, I end up being a shadow. Okay? It just doesn't work. No, I'm in the dark now. So I have to put a light up here in front of my face every single time just to light me, to try and bounce light from me to the background. But it doesn't always work if I've got the bright light directly behind me, like so. It causes more shadows because the camera's seeing the bright light. It's trying to balance out between the light on me and the light that's behind me. Now, the thing is, you see, I've got to come up with a solution. And there's also money related as well, because I don't want to just chug everything. Yeah, there's a whole load of lights in here. Now, I've already been ripping a load down, alright? These blooming things that I had absolutely everywhere. Started taking them down because they're too hot. What I mean by too hot, they're too bright. So you get these hot spots everywhere. Now, I've got these big old 100-watt jobbies as well, which, you know, they don't really help that much. No, they just cause more problems. And as I wear a cap, or a hat of one description or another, often with a beak, what happens when I'm standing underneath it, like so? I end up with a shadow over my face, as you can see, you know? And obviously, you want to see my beautiful face. No? Okay, I don't blame you either, nor does the missus. But anyway, now I've got all these areas in this workshop that need more attention to detail regarding the lighting. I need to be more strategic about the lighting in this workshop. And I was thinking to myself, hang on, it's not just about making videos, the lighting, no. It's actually quite important that the lighting makes more sense for actual just woodworking in general. For instance, how many times you put a light on something that's too blooming bright, you can't even see your pencil marks because they're completely blown out by all the flippin' light, the bright lights, you see. Now, when I'm making videos, like for instance, or doing streaming, it's even worse with streaming because I'm running from one place to another. So it's not a case I've got to, put like this, you know, because I've got to be in this area over here. No, I'm moving about constantly, you see. And it is an issue. It causes absolute mayhem with the camera. No matter how good your camera is, you can have areas that are underexposed. You're going to struggle. And if I was talking in film terms, I would be talking about reciprocity failure. I can't even say it now. Reciprocity. Oh, anyway. It's a fine line between exposure and not. You see, I do actually have a degree in photography that I did back in 2002. Now, I should know better, shouldn't I? You know, to create all these flipping hotspots everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take down all the lights I think are going to be a problem, okay? Starting with these strip lights above there. So I'm going to remove them I'm not doing it in this video, I just want to just an overview at the moment. So I'm going to remove those lights and wire them a bit better as well, I think, really. And look at what I'm going to be doing with these very bright lights above the bench, because it's a hot spot. Really, the light doesn't want to be going horizontal. I shouldn't be trying to light the ceiling, no, not really. I need to be lighting just the bench. So I need to maybe create a big box to sit in, and maybe something over the surface of it so it softens the light as well, to have more even illumination. Or maybe I could utilise some of these LED strip lights that are, instead, to create some more even illumination. But whatever I do, I don't want to be able to see the light from the side, ideally, because they're hotspots, and I don't really want to be creating a huge amount of light above my head. Now, the areas I need to be lighting is like, I need to be lighting the area around my table saw, I need to be lighting the area around the actual thickness of hair and the surface over there, but also my bench, obviously, my little stationary grinding over there with the pillar drill and what have you, my linisher on that far wall, and the same here with the bench above here. Everything needs to be lit as its own entity, so we don't get overspill. And this area as well. I might just light this whole area, just this corner, because it might create a bit of interest in the background. I don't know. I'm just thinking about it. And the other thing is, you see, I'm not certain about the future of all this. So if I wire this up with the view for now, I need to think to the future. Don't run the cables through the units and stuff like that. Make sure you go outside the units and take from the outside, just in case you want to remove the units later. And I think I'm going to be doing something very similar to what I've done on this side of the workshop, you see. Where it's a lot neater, but not tidy. And I hate mess. I hate being disorganised. Everything needs to have a place. I'm a very visual person. Like, for instance, my tools need to be in the racks and stuff like that, so I know where they are. I can just go to them. Makes you more efficient. I know where all my, okay, we're talking about these units, but all my battery drills, with a little charging rack in there. It's it creates a little bit of sort of practical logic to me. Everything becomes obvious. Now, maybe I've got a bit of OCD with that, but saying that, the workshop's still a flip mess. I like to see my tools. It's not about putting them on show. It's about reminding me that they exist and say, hang on, where is that? Oh, it's just there. I just grab it. Just like this, all my hand planes and what have you. I know exactly where they are. It just makes things so much quicker. I'm having to hunt through blooming drawers for stuff. And remembering which drawer's which and where's this and where's that. It's just going to cause me a huge amount of headache. So, I need to start removing these lights, deciding over the next few weeks what I'm going to be putting there in their place, how I'm going to be lighting certain areas in this workshop without overlighting, so I don't end up with loads of overspill of lighting. I need to treat every single area, whether it be the table saw, whether it be the end wall over there with the pillar drill, what have you, whether it be this cabinet here, the bench, the walkway arm saw, or the little band saws, or the mortar saw. Every area needs to have its own light. So it kind of makes sense to me. The first thing I really ought to be doing is making sure that there is a junction. There's some form of junction at those points. So I can say, okay, there is a switched live feed or just a live to that junction box, so I can actually make sure that I can easily tie into those cables at those points. So nothing's difficult. I'm not trying to overcrowd loads of cables into a natural light fitting or anything like that. I just need to keep it sensible. And at the moment, all my lights are on one switch. Now, they're only LEDs. I've only got about 200 watts of lighting in here. So it's not massive anyway. It's about 250 watts. So the wattage is very, very low. But I'd like to be able to control that. So maybe have 2 or 3 gangs on the light switch so I can separate the lighting out. Maybe one main light just so I can come in here, do what I need to do. So it could be the one above the bench or something, so I've got a little bit of overspill light, not too much, in case I just want to run in here, get what I want and get out again. But then I want another light switch that does, say for instance, does all the machines. That kind of thinking. Anyway, that's just a thought. Now, the point of this video is, I'm just trying to explain really, when you're going to light your workshop, I think we need to think about it more, and especially if you're going to be making videos, it becomes even more of an issue. Now, if you're creating hot spots of light, your eyes are going to find it very difficult to be able to compensate, to balance out that lighting. Now, if you think of a camera, originally a camera, exposure meters, what have you, would take an average light meter reading over the whole scene, and your eyes pretty much do that as well. But then you might focus on an area, and then your eyes will look at the area, and it'll balance its light, and it's, you know, how it sees at that area. But the backlight will still cause a problem. You'll be getting a lot of flare, a lot of glare, a lot of problems with your lens and stuff, light shining onto lens, causing flare. And no matter how big your lens hood is, you're still going to, if you've got one that is, you know, if you use mobile phones, for instance, you won't have a lens hood, unfortunately. It's stupid, really, but there you go. So anyway, you tell me what you do for lighting in your workshop. And just remember, unless you're actually going to be going around with your flippin' light on top of your camera constantly, your lighting is going to look like this. And it's not good enough for making videos. If you're going to be in the video, that is. But equally, if you want to make videos in certain areas of your workshop, or just use these areas of the workshop sensibly, you need good lighting in those areas. Not like this workshop. The lighting in here is absolutely terrible. It just don't work. No. Anyway, hope that was of interest. And I'll upload the progression of my transition. Probably back to grey, probably at this rate. Crikey, looks like it's neon where it's grey. Anyway, toodaloo. Don't forget to beat me on the like button, maybe subscribe to the channel, because then you get a warm fuzzy feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. Yeah. I press a button yet? Am I still recording?